Hello, everyone, and happy Thursday to you. And Happy New Year. I hope you're enjoying the first week of 2023. And this is Roger, of course, with Grubus Games Unlimited. And I welcome you to this very cool little mini video series where we're going to look at all the templates for the printing process of Dungeon Crusade. So, again, I hope you guys are doing good. And I think you're going to like this. I enjoyed making these videos. Now, let me explain. There's a lot of templates for this game. And what you're going to see is directly from our production engineer at the manufacturer. They're all done. We've been reviewing these. And guess what, guys? They're looking excellent. I don't think there's anything that it has to be changed. And I just want to say real quick, just so people know, they have had the files since the summer. They have been busy with other projects and other games. We had to wait our place in line. And throughout the month of December, I sent them an email asking what was going on. They have been on it, and I just thank them very much for having this ready. So what's going to go on is this. We're going to take a look at the templates here, another little format that I created. But they're preparing everything. They're going to have Chinese New Year. In that time is perfect because now we can really promote the game because it's definitely going to print. When they return, which is at the end of January, I believe, it's a little bit early this year, it's going to start printing, and the pledge manager is going to definitely close in February. So I'll tell you what, let's jump into this video. I'm going to have a few other parts. I'm going to have part 2 out later today. So let's take a look at this, and I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you at the end, and we'll wrap it up, and I'll tell you a few other things. So let's take a look at some of the templates. And the first thing we're going to look at here in this group, is the box for the Crusader of the Realm edition. And like I said, as you know, these are the templates that they're going to be using for printing. So up here to the top left, it has their codes for everything, what everything means for them. And you can see the cut lines and where they need to be folded. And of course, in person, it's going to look incredible. But there's the front of the box, and then there is the bottom of the box. And the only thing I added was the Crusader of the Realm edition on the side, and that because there's only 2 editions now. The Crusader of the Realm, which comes with the Avalon Adventure board game, it is very hefty with content. And then there's the Slayer of the Realm. So there is our first template or proof we can look at. And guys, I've looked at this other stuff I've looked at with some other people. Everything's looking excellent. Like everything is there. So it looks like we will be rolling with printing right after Chinese New Year. But like I said before, they're getting things ready so they can just start printing. And again, I'm just very happy to be saying that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, and our next template here is, of course, the Ancient Runes dungeon board. And again, this might look a little bright to you or very colorful, but again, you're looking at it through a screen. It is going to look exactly the same like you've seen in my videos, and it just looks very attractive. It's the perfect brightness and the perfect color. So on the reverse side, of course, you get the Tomb of Kaladar, the ultimate death trap dungeon, as I always call it. So we'll just real quickly, we'll zoom in on this, and there you go. Very retro inspired, and I just love how this thing looks. And these files are huge. I think I told you before that it takes sometimes a few seconds for this thing to load up, but it will load up. Scroll over here. Should pull it back one. There we go. So that's how that looks. There's a little bit of the Tomb of Kaladar. And scroll over here. It's really incredible dungeon. Of course, Damien, my Malady, painted this one. I gave him my prototype, and he just did an incredible job. Okay, so we'll zoom back. So there's the Ancient Runes template and the Tomb of Kaladar. Okay, let's move on to the next one. And I want to say before we go on, I'm glad that we're doing these videos, in these 4 parts, because like I said, there's a lot of templates, proofs to go through. So that way, I don't keep you that long, and it just spreads it out nicely. So here we're looking at the Avalon Adventure board game, and we'll take a zoom in on that. And you can see that code right here at the very top here for, what they use for setting up everything for printing and marking everything. And of course you get this in the Crusader of the Realm edition, like I said, and in the Slayer of the Realm edition. You could play this before playing Dungeon Crusade. So this is a really good shot of like how nice and clear and vibrant this is. I had really a fun time in designing this game and writing all of those different events and little encounters and battles that happen. So I'm really looking forward to, if you've not played this before, I'm really excited to hear and curious what you think of this and the adventure you have, because it's a choose your own adventure, but it always changes. Okay, so there's that proof or template, and let's move on to the next one. Okay, and here is a fun one. Here are the hero cards. So what we're going to do is we'll zoom in on these, and these are your standard heroes. Sorry, those are upside down. Maybe I could flip those, but it's the way that they have these set up. So the heroes can go up to level 3 in Dungeon Crusade. So they have, like, here's the backstory. Every hero has a backstory. So here's the level 1 card, and then here's Enwin Shadowleaf's backing for the card. And again, those people at the manufacturer Wingo, they're geniuses. They're brilliant, and just how they have all this set up. But everything is looking good, and I hope you're like taking a look at this. And I think we could just flip this around if you want to see the. There you go. And there's like just those hero cards you can look at. So these are the 6 iconic heroes that come with each edition of the game. But if you have the Slayer of the Realm, of course, you get all the add-ons. So you'll get the 6 extra heroes with that. And I don't know if they're in this batch. They might be in the part 2 of the video for later today. But there's a look at the hero cards for the game. Okay, and we're going to now look at the template for the village board and the dungeon UI board, and that's intentionally left black. So we'll zoom in on that. And again, guys, I hope you're enjoying taking a look at this. And I have to tell you again, I'm just happy we're at this point and this game is going to be printed. And just, massive kudos to our manufacturer. I know they've been busy, and I'm just happy to get this thing done and out to everyone so I can work on these 2 smaller games I've been working on and the 2 new game modes coming to Dungeon Crusade. So there's your village board looking excuse me, very nice, colorful, vibrant, and sharp. And then if we keep scrolling up, I think we'll get into the Dungeon UI board. There's the Dungeon UI board. Has the new minion movement speed track built onto it. And and that is looking really good. Like I said, I've already went over these by myself like 3 times, and then with some people looking over everything and checking the checklist, and everything is looking awesome, guys. So they really nailed it, and I'm just happy again we're going to print with this. Okay, so let's move on to the next, and we'll close out here on the village board. Okay, and now we are looking at just a few, because there is a lot of punch boards in Dungeon Crusade. So here are some quests tokens, some raid tokens, and we'll of course zoom in on these. Looking very nice. And this is how this is, guys, in case you don't know. It's, again, I had to learn how to understand all this. This is not, hold on a second, that's not blank. It's just because it's not. There you go. So, like, here is the side for like this is side one over here to the left, and this isn't the reverse side here. It's actually over here. That's the reverse side for that. I remember that from before. And then of course here is like these. Here's side A here on the left. Here's side the other side on the right side. So that's how that works. And if we just scroll up, here's like the treasure chest tokens, and again, here's like side one right here, and here's the reverse side right here. Here's just some of the quest tokens in the game, and then the reverse side is over here, of course, with the backing for the quest items. So there you go, there is that. And guess what? More punch boards. So here's another set of punch boards, and we'll zoom in, and just like I said, you know, kind of the center ones are the left and, you know, the back and front, and then the outer ones are, you know, over here is the front side and here's the reverse. So let's take a closer look at that. So we have some crate tokens, mystery chamber. So you're gonna get kind of a spoiler here for what's inside those. So you may not want to watch this if you're not into spoilers, because I tried to keep those a secret. Maybe I'll just won't scroll over there. And there's some trap tokens, monster tokens. The swirly purple side are for the champion monster tokens here. Again, everything looking awesome. And there was a lot of punch boards in this game. So let's take a look at another. There's a few more we'll look at in this part one, and then later today I'll have out part two for you. And here is a fun template to take a look at. So what we have here is the tower attack board, and here are some doors and some cardboard miniatures, and of course we'll zoom in here. Nice close-up. So that, of course, tower attack is the one House of Chance game that comes standard in each edition. However, if you get the Slayer of the Realm, you get the other 3 House of Chance games. And of course, we'll be seeing those here in the proofs and all that. But there's the Adventures of Bravely the Knight, Skulljack, and Heroes versus Monsters. I'm trying to see if I get in one more zoom. You can see how nice and detailed those cardboard miniatures are. You know me, I love retro things, and I think these things just came out excellent. So there's some of those, and of course here's the reverse side. And a big shout out to Cole. If you're Monroe, if you're watching, he was the one who helped set up this for the manufacturer with all of the punch boards. So always a pleasure working with Cole, and we'll of course be doing much more with these 2 new smaller games I've been working on. So there's some of your doors, 3 different variations of doors. There is some more monsters and heroes there. There's Magmus, one of the guardians, Dreadthorn, the undead dragon, some Shadow Dweller spiders. There's Horus, one of the guardians, Red Widow. There's Albus, of course. Some red markers to use for various things. So there you go. I think these doors, especially these here, these look very retro. I love those doors. And so we'll back this up. And there you go. So there's that template for printing. Okay, we got a few more to look at. Okay, and here's an interesting one right here, because they're printing the these are those extra heroes I was talking about. So let's zoom in here, and then I'll flip the screen so you can kind of see that. But of course, there's your beautiful cardboard money for Dungeon Crusade, tracking tokens. Use tracking tokens when a guardian is tracking your hero. And that here's life force tokens and the damage markers here, front and back side. And then, like I said, here's the back side to the other one on the left there. And let me try to flip this around. There you go. So we could take a look at, these are the expansion heroes. Now, if you have the Slayer of the Realm, like I said, you try to zoom in one more level. There we go. You know, you're already getting the expansion heroes. There's the front and backs, of course, and you get, like, each hero I wrote, you're getting 10 special abilities, 3 unique for each hero, but they level up to level 3, and then you get, of course, counterattack. So if you just got the Crusader of the Realm edition, I think it's only $15 or $20 for the hero expansion pack. So you get these 6 extra heroes to complete your set. And so they had put that on this template right here. But everything again looking awesome. Okay, let's move on to the last few. Okay, guess what? More punch boards. This is an interesting one though. So let's take a look at this. Now, this one is these quest tokens right here are for the expansion, the double dungeon expansion, for where you get Castle Blackwood and you get the Cavern of Lost Souls. So these quest tokens go with that. And so again, you're getting that with the Slayer of the Realm. You're getting all that already. And then here's some more doors, some more monsters. There's your battle tokens right there. And there's the reverse side of those. So these right here, let's start with this. These punch boards right here are for the Avalon Adventure board game. Here's your tracking tokens. There's the War Banner, and of course the different runes and the rejuvenation potions. Of course, that's for the Avalon Adventure board game. Now these tokens right here are for the House of Chance games. Like these little tokens right here are for Heroes versus Monsters, and then this little guy right here is Bravely for the House of Chance game, The Adventures of Bravely the Knight. So you actually get a cool retro inspired miniature to use with that. And that even has, if you don't know, that has a red little spinner in the middle of the board that you spin to move Bravely. So that's what that is. So those tokens are for Heroes versus Monsters. And there is that one. Then we'll look at one more and we'll wrap this part 1 up. And then of course I'll be back with part 2 to show you more. And last but not least, here is the template for the scenario book. And I think that's like there's the reverse side there for that. And we'll zoom in real quick on this. You can take a look at that. Might be too much. Go back. But again, everything's looking great with this. No issues at all. And so there's the front and back cover for the scenario book. There's some pages right there. 10 scenarios in Dungeon Crusade. And we'll scroll down to this side. Again, guys, I really think they're miracle workers. I give them so much praise for our production engineer and the engineers and their teams, how they put all this stuff together. It's truly, I'm just blown away and impressed by it. And I'll have videos that from our production engineer to show you the whole printing process. That's always fun to look at, how it's just this mammoth, like multi-layered and tiered printing machine. It's really incredible to watch this stuff printed. So you have that to look forward to. So, and again, start out with scenario 1 into the depths there, and then move on to the other scenario. So everything looking good with those templates. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at these. Okay, let me go back to the other format and we'll wrap this up. Okay, and I hope you enjoyed taking a look at that huge group of templates. There is a lot, but as you can see, everything is looking really good. Everything's lined up. The colors look good. And guys, again, I am really just excited and happy and relieved and just looking forward to a great year with you guys, with the game printing and shipping out. It's all good. So I just wanted to remember so I didn't forget anything. The printing will be completed in March. They said mid to late March, I would say. I'd say late March. And then shipping to follow directly after. So, my time is going to be spent directly working with them, as the game is being printed. Excuse me. Pledge Manager will be open in February. We will have fair warnings out to, let you know when it's closing. There's a link below for you. You can check that out. And then later today, I'll have part 2 out and we're going to look at more templates. And lastly, now that I got these videos done and we've reviewed the templates, I'm going to finally put out a really nice, beefy Kickstarter update for everyone. Have the pictures of the templates and, of course, everything else we've talked about since the last update. And there was a lot. And I'm sure everyone will love to, hear the good news. And I'm just happy we're at this point. Okay, guys, I hope that you have a great Thursday, and then I'll be back in a few hours from now with part 2, and I think we'll roll it into a part 3 because there is a lot of templates. But again, thank you for your time and your friendship and your support and your love and excitement. We're finally getting there, guys, and I'm really happy. All right, have a great Thursday, and I will be talking to you very soon in the next video. Bye-bye.